You know, the whole reason I didn't watch this show when it first premiered is because I thought I was a little too old for it at 17. Now, here I am talking about it when I'm 25. Good Luck Charlie aired from 2010 to 2014 following a teenage girl named Teddy who's vlogging her day-to-day life to show to her baby sister Charlie when she grows up. And this turns out to be a good idea as their family is very quirky and this leads to many hijinks. The rest of the family include their parents, Amy and Bob, the oldest child PJ, and their younger son Gabe. This was the first Disney sitcom that I did not watch at all when it was airing. Sweet Life on Deck was the last one I saw all the way through, and I did see some of Sunny with a Chance and Jonas before stopping. But Good Luck Charlie, when it premiered, I just decided I was too old for this stuff, and wouldn't have watched the show had it not been for the DCOM month I did last year. And I'm glad I did because this show is really good. It has some pacing issues, but otherwise I would call this one of the most solid Disney shows out there. It's funny, the family is legitimately likable, and it has a lot of heart to it. I'm actually glad I watched it. Anyway, let's talk about the Season 2 episode, L.A.R.P in the Park, which feels closer to iCarly than Good Luck Charlie. It starts with Teddy getting home with a guy on a swim team named Evan. Gabe comes by and seems to recognize him. Evan gets worried and leaves.
Thanks a lot. What did I do? Evan's been driving me home every day for the past 2 weeks. I think he was finally gonna ask me out until you scared him off with all your talking and pointing and ugh.
If it took him 2 weeks to ask you out, then it's probably not gonna happen.
No. Swiggleboard is a character in Pokio. That's how I know Evan, from the game store.
Evan plays Pokio, that nerdy card game with those stupid cartoon creatures.
Yeah, really stretching the creative muscles on that one.
But why would Evan play that? That's for little kids.
Ouijimon is for little kids.
If Digimon is about digital monsters, what the hell is Ouijimon about?
Not that cute little hot guy's a secret nerd.
Wow. So, Teddy's a total bitch? Oh, and yeah, you're one to talk, Miss got angry because she got a B instead of an A. After the theme song, we see Amy coming in holding a bunch of stuff before collapsing on the table. But everyone starts pestering her, and this part actually does have a few good jokes.
Mom, I'm hungry. Is there anything to eat?
What's that thing filled with food right next to you?
Dad?
But eventually she gets too frustrated and takes Charlie to get some peace and quiet. But a game of Where's My Facial feature turns bad.
Where's my eye? Oh my gosh.
Well, what did you expect to happen? She goes to the hospital and it turns out to be nothing serious. However, she wants to stay to get away from all the stress at home and blackmails the doctor to let her stay. Not sure why she didn't just go to a hotel. You live in the United States. We don't have socialized health care.
Where's Mom? Oh, no, she didn't make it, did she?
Your mom is gonna be fine.
No, I'm talking about the meatloaf.
Isn't Amy a horrible cook? Bob wants to know if PJ is going with him to the Exterminator Awards, and then we cut back to Amy, who is being visited by Teddy.
Well, actually, there's this boy, Evan, that I really like, but, I found out something kind of disturbing about him. He's into Pokio.
Pokio? That thing Gabe likes? Well, honey, what would you see in a guy like that?
Yeah, because if you like something nerdy or childish, then you don't deserve to be loved. Amy tells her that relationships are all about compromise and says that she should try and take an interest in the game. So Gabe tries to teach her, but she's just not getting it. Okay, fine. You don't have to like the game to go out with this guy. You can both have different interests as long as you don't try to force the other to like or dislike something. But she eventually starts getting it. Bob and PJ stop by Amy's room to tell her that he won the Exterminator of the Year. PJ even filmed his acceptance speech, but he doesn't want to show Amy.
You can't show Mom that video.
Why not?
Because you don't thank her.
Oh, that's
You
ridiculous.
don't even mention her.
Of course I did.
And you didn't tell him this on the ride to the hospital because... Now, if I were in this situation, I would just say that PJ accidentally deleted it. I mean, he's PJ. It's not like it's out of the ordinary for him to do so. Back with Teddy, Evan has just dropped her off and she tricks him into finding some Pokio cards. And he finally asks her out. Bob and PJ try and refilm his acceptance speech in a scene that isn't funny and feels like it goes on too long because you know exactly how it's gonna end. Evan and Teddy go out on their date, bringing Charlie along, when Evan explains what he's going to do.
We're going to L.A.R.P.
L.A.R.P?
L.A.R.P stands for live action roleplay. anyone can play Pokio with cards, but when you put on the costumes and you act it out, it takes it to a whole new level.
Oh, you're joking, right? Oh, you're not joking.
So you think the Amy and Bob subplot will connect to the main one, that Teddy will eventually tell Evan that she's just not into Pokio, but that doesn't mean they still can't go out. Hold on. The other boys are much nerdier than Evan, but he tries to include her by giving them costumes. Bob and PJ show Amy the video, and at first it seems to be going well until she spots something.
There, pause.
How the hell didn't they notice that? I'm not sure. But he apologizes for the lie, and after Gabe reveals that she should have gone home yesterday, they agree to forgive and forget. The LARPing is not going well as Teddy is not very good. Evan is a bit frustrated, understandable since remember, she told him he was a big fan of Pokio.
Quick, Road Arch, throw your fireball! No, not at me! No, not.
That's just Teddy being incompetent in basic human communication.
I'm out of the game now!
Well, can't you just call backsies or something?
Backsies. What are you, 5?
Oh, I'm 5?
Was this episode written in 1982? Adults dress as their favorite characters all the time. Oh, and this episode is totally on Teddy's side.
Which means I must now leave the mythical land of Nerdingham, for I have lost interest, no matter how good thou looketh in a swimsuit.
So she lied to him, telling him she was a fan of the game he likes, and instead of just telling him the truth, she leaves him. Teddy, you're a bitch. Maybe if she told him the truth and he acted like an asshole, showing he was more in love with the game than with her, it would have worked better, but here, I'm totally on Evan's side. And the episode is treating him like a creep whose hobby will make it so he'll never have a girlfriend who doesn't look like this.
Hey, Charlie. Listen, when you get to be my age, don't pretend to be someone you're not just to impress a guy. I just learned that.
And if you ever find a boy who's into something you find a little weird, run! Don't listen to mom about compromise or accepting each other's differences, just run! Run! It's all about you and him having the same interests and ideas.
There's a bent corner on my Slugmar card. Ah!
Because everyone who likes card games acts like that. Good luck, Charlie. Even the end credits seem to be judging people for their hobbies. I feel I shouldn't have to say it, but Gravity Falls did this better. This episode was a disaster. It feels more like an episode of iCarly than Good Luck Charlie. In fact, this is a similar problem to I Date a Bad Boy, when Carly broke it off with someone because of his childish hobby. But even though that episode failed too, at least that show had a world that was a bit more wacky and mean-spirited, so it didn't feel as out of place. This was just awful, and the two morals of the episode seem to completely contradict each other since Teddy never told him the truth. It admittedly does have some funny moments, but of all the episodes I've reviewed this month, this is the one I hate the most. It taints a great character and just feels incredibly judgmental. I'm not even into LARPing or cosplaying and I still felt insulted by it. So after that, I need a much better episode to end the month on. So join me next week when we end Disney Sitcom Month with an episode of Girl Meets World. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.